All right, so the brand new OmTech 100 watt CO2 laser was delivered today, and I know there's videos out there unboxing it, but I'm going to do one anyway. So if you do get one of these, I can tell you that to take this apart, you've got Phillips head and you've got 5/16 screws to take the box off. So the challenge is, this thing actually is quite heavy, and it's not going out in my outdoor workshop because it gets too cold. I don't want to use antifreeze, so it's got to be able to go down into my basement where we have our quasi baby shop set up. So I have to get this through these Bilco doors and through the door downstairs. I fear that I may have to disassemble this thing quite extensively to do it, but it is what it is. We'll see what happens. So far the packaging looks pretty good. I see here that something happened. Hopefully it didn't damage a laser. That would be devastating. And the cool thing is, I'm going to take the packaging material, this plywood, cut it down to size, sand it, clean it up, and we're going to use this for some projects, as opposed to throwing it out or throwing it in the wood stove. Alright, so obviously we're going to start with the lid, and a quick count, there's 20 Phillips head screws in the lid. So, self-tappers, possibly stainless. We'll reuse those for something else, because I'm a hoarder, I save everything. Yeah, and these pieces of wood will be great for doing tests and making silly little projects and so on. Now, there are videos out there where the people just kind of unscrew them from the bottom, have two people, and lift the entire box off. But as I said, I plan on repurposing all this wood, so I have to take it apart anyway. And now we'll take out the 5/16 screws. Actually, and they're pretty good, and that's kind of impressive. I don't know if you can see this, but they have the nylon weatherproof washer on them. Some of these are really long. They're different sizes for sure. Keep dropping them. So this one has a base, and in the base you're going to have screws holding it down to the bottom of the pallet. So obviously you're going to want to remove those. So on the side that I just took off, there's a data plate that's screwed on. I'm going to unscrew that and I'm going to save it. Guess where it was made? Alright, so now we're going to take this other piece off. So now that damage that was on this side isn't going to be a big deal because there's probably 14 inches of space between the actual laser and this end of the packaging. This angle gives you a better idea of just how far back the laser sits from the end. And that's because there's other parts packaged, but they're really low. So that little crinkle up top shouldn't be an issue at all. So we're going to get rid of this plastic and take out the tub and the accessories and the tube and so on, so that I can get this detached from the pallet. And maybe I should mention that we also have an X tool, the 20 watt, 30 watt, 40 watt. We have an X tool, and we also have an Acer laser cutter engraver. But we found ourselves needing something with more power. We kind of do an online business, and if anyone's interested, just leave a comment and I'll post a link to that, show you, some of the stuff that we do. But we found ourselves needing more power, and after a ton of research, reading reviews and so on, price point, we opted for the OmTech 100 watt CO laser. We did buy the chiller off the website, the OmTech site, and my intent is to show you the assembly, installation, and maybe a couple of cuts. We're getting more active in our business, so I have a Shapoko CNC machine, and I know I posted a few lame videos on that, but I'm going to step it up and do some more videos with that, with the lasers, our design process, and some other things, maybe to help people out that are looking to get into this. And I'm not going to lie, if this machine sucks, I'm going to let you know. It was shipped to the door, as you see it here, $3,800. The chiller was a little over $500, again, right from their website. One of the cool things about their website is when you purchase items from there, you get points. You get extra points for visiting their website, points for liking them on Facebook, points for this, points for that. And those points actually can turn into dollars. You can use them to purchase other items. So with the purchase of this, the chiller, and all the other liking Facebook and Twitter and so on, we have about $135 worth of point credit. And we're probably going to use that to upgrade the lens. And in a future video, I'll show you exactly what that means. But for now, we're just kind of getting this so I can get it set up in our little basement shop so that we can use it. Yeah, and the tube, you want to be super careful with this because maybe not. I mean, everything they make isn't junk, but you want to be super careful with it. So we'll take out the 4 bolts, screws holding down the feet to the pallet. And this machine has wheels on it too, so you can screw the feet in and it becomes extremely mobile. That was another feature that we really liked. I saw some of the other ones where people had to build tables and stands to get the elevation to where they needed it, but even though this is probably 5 inches higher than it's going to be when it's on the floor, it's going to be just fine. I don't need to build a 24-inch table or stand and lift it up there and there were a lot of benefits to this particular machine that made us go with it. And now we'll take the screws out of the feet on this side, and of course this side has the ventilation, so I kind of think that this is going to be fine, because in the basement we have these 24 by 18 windows, and I'm going to make a piece of wood and put a fitting on it so that the exhaust hose will go right from here to the window, and the basement stays like 60 degrees year round. I don't care what the outside temperature is, as is kind of common with basements, so I don't think this is going to be a problem ventilating this. Alright guys, we're rapidly running out of daylight. So the measurements are, this dimension is 47 and a quarter. This dimension is 34 and 3/16. And the height with the base on it is 36 and 9/16. Now, here's what I'm hoping. A little bit of research said that the base comes off with 4 bolts, Allen head bolts, no biggie. And if that's the case, looking at the seam, it'll be 25 inches tall. So as long as your door is 25 inches wide, and most are 32, 36, you'll be able to flip this over and a couple of people carry it in. So that's about it for today. Unfortunately, I have a job, pays my bills, and allows me to buy stuff like this. Our little business does not do that yet, but I'm hopeful, and that's why we invested in this. So there will be more videos on this, probably tomorrow actually. I definitely am going to have to take the base off to get it downstairs, and hopefully it's not so heavy that I can't do that. It is pretty heavy. I believe that I've seen a lot of oops, sorry about that. I've seen a lot of videos, and everybody has a different opinion on what the weight is, from 252 pounds to 513 pounds. Well, I guarantee you it's not 513. But it probably is somewhere around 200 to 250. So removing that base, hopefully my wife and I can get this into the basement without destroying it. But that remains to be seen. And hang in there, watch for tomorrow's video, and we'll see how this works out. Guys, I appreciate your time. It is Friday, December 8th, 5 p.m. New York time, and we'll talk real soon. Take care now.